Hello, I am Dr. Clarence von Steinham, scientist extraordinaire, and this is my assistant, Paul. Good day. We are the new hosts of NeatStuff, so sit back, buckle up, and enjoy all the neat shit we are going to show you, yeah?
Okie dokie. Play the theme song now, Poppy.
The Indricotherium, the largest ever land mammal, standing at up to 15 feet tall, living 30 to 25 million years ago. Indricotherium is the largest known land mammal of all time. Some marine mammals, such as the whales, grew bigger. Male Indricotherium stood taller than a house and could weigh up to 15 tons, which is about the same as the dinosaur Diplodocus. It was a vegetarian and had long legs and an elongated neck to help it reach up to the top of the trees. The climate in which Indricotherium lived was a hot and dry, with a short wet season and a long dry one. At certain times of the year, therefore, finding enough food and water would have been tricky. Being so large helped with this, as it meant that Indricotherium could store enough fat, water, and other energy reserves to help see it through the lean times. When food was available, it could eat large quantities in a single sitting. Too many Indricotherium in one area would soon result in the trees being stripped bare of their leaves, so it is likely that the animals were solitary and roamed long distances looking for fresh feeding grounds. The size of Indricotherium presented some problems. Being warm-blooded meant that its body gave out heat constantly, so it would have been difficult for a large animal to keep itself cool in hot weather. It might therefore have chosen to move about at night when it was cooler. It is thought that it would be difficult for a land mammal to get any larger than the Indricotherium without overheating. Adaptations in its anchored structure meant that Indricotherium could walk for long distances and also lie down on the ground to rest and sleep. It probably had a good memory that would allow it to return to watering holes or favorite feeding grounds. Male Indricotherium had especially thick skulls that they could have used in courtship battles, throwing their heads sideways into the flanks of their rivals, just as modern giraffes do. Based on their size, the females were probably pregnant for around 2 years, and gave birth to a single calf that they would look after for several years. Indricotherium fossils are rare, having only been found in Mongolia, but the bones of some smaller related species have been found across Europe and Asia. Indricotherium was a perissodactyl or odd-toed hooved mammal, and is thus distantly related to the horses, brontothirs, and calicothirs, and it is sometimes referred to as a running rhino because of its long legs. For complex reasons, Indricotherium has recently been renamed Paraceratherium, but most scientists still call it by its old name. Pretty cool, yeah?
Stop block reading, cha-cha-cha. Stop block reading, cha-cha-cha. Eric Brooks, a.k.a. Blade, the Daywalker. Occupation, vampire hunter. Identity, secret. Citizenship, USA, formerly UK. Place of birth, Soho, London, England. Group affiliation, SHIELD, formerly Shield's Howling Commandos. Abraham Van Helsing's, Noah Van Helsing's, and Orgy Jones's Vampire Hunters. Night Stalkers. Midnight Suns, The Nine, Quincy Harker's Vampire Hunters, Ogun Strong's Vampire Hunters, The Blood Shadows Gang, Education, High School Equivalent, First Appearance, Tomb of Dracula, Volume 1, Number 10, 1973. Height, 6'2", weight, 215 pounds, eyes, brown, hair, black, abilities and accessories. The enzymes in Blade's blood made him immune to normal vampire bites, uniquely attuned to sensing the supernatural and resistant to aging. Since being bitten by Morbius, Blade has gained many of the traditional powers of the vampire without developing their weaknesses. He has superhuman strength, senses, and stamina, plus an accelerated healing factor. Blade is a master martial artist, proficient in practically every form of weaponry known to man. His particular specialty is the use of edged weapons, be they teakwood daggers or swords. Blade uses a small arsenal of weapons: teakwood daggers, titanium acid-etched swords, Kevlar body armor, automatic and semi-automatic firearms converted for use with hollow-point, garlic-filled silver bullets, and a variety of portable, custom-designed weapons that employ silver, garlic, sunlight, ultraviolet rays, and anticoagulants. Since the loss of his right hand, Blade has replaced the appendage with a lightweight, automatic gun, which can switch from conventional rounds to rubber bullets or tranquilizer darts. It can also fire a grappling line. He also uses a prosthetic hand attachment. During his time as Switchblade, Blade became the embodiment of the Demogorge by the Darkhold. He was literally drawn to mystical emanations, like a moth. He absorbed the powers of his victims after their death, and soon had gained several powers, like vampirism, healing, the vast mystical energies of Modred the Mystic, clairvoyance, lycanthropy, and even the powers of the Spirit of Vengeance, Ghost Rider. Weapons he used as Switchblade included blades, an axe, John Blaze's Hellfire rifle, and weapons he conjured from thin air, like pumpkin bombs, a power gained from the Demogoblin.
Today, in speculative evolution, I present to you the Night Runner. Nocturnal like its ancestors, the Night Runner has developed its echolocation abilities far beyond that of bats, and uses it almost exclusively in hunting. The ears and front of the face are crowned with large, mobile sensory receiving apparatus, which also detect body heat. Also like bats, the Night Runner still has excellent eyesight, though their eyes are hidden within facial folds, giving rise to the mistaken belief they have none. The forelimbs are notably altered from the proto-wings they began as, extending into long-running legs with a retractile outer claw used to trip prey and later in feeding and roosting. A web of skin extending from elbow to hip is all that remains of the wings, its purpose unclear, but suggested to be for providing shade for the young it carries on its belly. The hind limbs retain the peculiar reversed knee of bats, but are extended into strong legs with outward-facing feet. With their oversized forelimbs, Night Runners have an odd loping gait, but are surprisingly quick. The tail extends to a furry tip and is used in balance when maneuvering at speed, and in females there is a web of skin that extends from the base of the tail to the backs of the hind limbs. This is curled up along the belly and is used to transport their cubs, akin to a marsupial pouch. Along the ridge of their spine, the Night Runner has a protective row of keratinous plates, similar to the bands of an armadillo but mobile. When displaying or otherwise aroused, a Night Runner will raise its plates, and the bristled fur around them to look larger. Presented here is the original inspiration for the Night Runner, a vampire bat running on a treadmill.